has the power.
Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today let's talk about the San Diego Comic-Con Origins figures that they have already revealed to us, we've already seen. Now, I'm going to try to have coverage all this weekend long as we see different stuff on Facebook or on the internet, on Google, whatever else I may see, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date. But man, I'm telling you, this first batch of Origins, I mean, if they have more than this, I will be so surprised. But let's go and get into it. So, we can see here's kind of a collage of all the different Origins figures that I kind of threw on here. And let's look at this first one here. The first one here is Man-at-Arms, and he has the chest that rotates around that causes damage. Now, he's kind of a fun one because he actually has some clear weapons. But what is this in the back here, in the back corner of that box? What are we looking at there? Keep that in mind, and we will talk about that soon. So he's sporting kind of a olive green, and he's got his orange armor on. He has, some shiny stuff, a shiny belt, shiny cuffs, and a cool new weapon, and a mustache. There is our Man-at-Arms. Let's see. Yep. Heroic Master of Weapons. All right, let's see what's next in the docket. Next we have Mer-Man. Now this Mer-Man looks pretty cool, and it's very good throwback to the back of the box art of Mer-Man, where he has the things hanging off his belt here, and again he has the bare feet, so it looks like, and the forked toes. I guess he only has 3 forked toes. Boop. So it looks like the old figures we had as kids with Skeletor and Mer-Man and Zodac having these weird duck feet. And you can see how cool he looks there. And I'm glad they gave him the head that he's supposed to have instead of, that weird looking cat head that we've seen before in the past. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what is next up on the docket. Of course, he does have his corn on the cob sword there. Corn on the cob sword. Oh, now I'm surprised there's just one of these. Now, if you don't know what this is, there is a comic book series where these guys put these masks on, become these crazy creatures. And one, I believe, is red and one is green. And this is one of those creatures. I think it's called Masks of Power. I'm not sure I can, but we always wanted these in classics really bad. Well, now we're getting it in Origins, but I'm surprised it's not a 2-pack with both of them with some masks, that are like on the back wall of the cardboard that they turn into. But he does look pretty cool. I love the way they did the yellow-green blend from his chest and his biceps to the rest of his body. He looks really cool. Now, I don't know why he has He-Man's sword in his hand. Am I missing something? Am I looking at the wrong character? Is this something different than what I think? I don't know. Kind of strange. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next figure lined up. Look at his toes. Look at that. What's funny is he has a boot cut, but no boot. So you could put boots on him by just pulling off that bottom half and sticking the boots on. And I'm glad they give us that option in order to actually, customize our figures by ripping off the bottom of the legs. Because we've seen some figures in the past, not with Origins, but with other brands where you couldn't change the bottom half when you were customizing. So that is cool. Look at the spikes on his leg. He has a tail too. Tail power. All right. This is it. This right here. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this guy's cool looking. And he's supposed to be an army builder. So you want like 5 to 7 of these guys, maybe even 13, because these are the shadow beasts that Skeletor uses with Beastman's, kinetic powers in order to control these guys. And they can't be seen in any kind of light. If light hits them, they got to run aside, and they only come out in the shadows. Well, this is a Build-A-Figure. You have to buy like 5 Masters of the Universe figures, and that's why we had that leg. Let's go back to that and take a look at that in the Man-at-Arms box. That's why that leg is back there. That is our Build-A-Figure. No! Don't make an army builder a Build-A-Figure, because now if you want to make him, you got to buy 5 figures, and we already have a Man-at-Arms. Granted, ours is not Battle Armor Man-at-Arms, but it's still Man-at-Arms. And you have to buy 5 of these if you want to have 5 of these monsters, or pay the super high expensive eBay prices to get somebody's pieces they decided. And you can see here, it's one of 6. Oh no. One of 6. You got to buy 6 figures So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm guessing, and 6. Or it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 will be the head and waist, and the torso will be separate. I don't know. We've seen it 2 ways with Mattel when they sometimes make the head and the waist one part and other piece. So we will see how it's divided up. But no, not a Build-A-Figure. At least release it separately, you know, so we could buy a bunch. Because you can't have just one Shadow Beast, right? You can't have just one. Because they come in packs. You've got Shadow Beast attacking Castle Grayskull and Beast Man controlling them and just mayhem happening everywhere. You just can't have one coming up and you know. Okay. Let's get back on task. Next, we have He-Man. Now, this is funny. Did we get like 1 million He-Mans already? Anyway, here's another one. Now, this He-Man's a little different in that he has the H, which is similar to what we saw in the Battle Armor a long time ago back in the 80s. And at one time, we've seen this in the Power and Honor catalog where they were going to use this symbol on He-Man. But here's what's cool about this He-Man. Look at that head. We finally got a He-Man with a right head. How long has it taken? How many years have we gone with, you know, first we had those ones in 2000, 2001, the commemoratives. The commemoratives. That was the first time we had the head kind of squashed weird. And then we had the 12-inch ones, wrong head. Then we had Mondo try to make the head, and they messed it up. And then we had the classics try to do the head, and that was messed up too. It was close. And then we had even Origins tried to do this head. And finally, this one looks like they finally nailed it. It looks great. This is the way it's supposed to look. That's the best part about this figure is they got the head right. They got the head right. Now they're going to release the 12-inch version and get the head right on that too. That would be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So there's not a lot of difference in him. Now, granted, they should have given us the old shield too while they're at it. Maybe even the old sword too. So it'd be a total throwback to the 80s character. You know, give us the old 80s armor, the old 80s sword, and the old 80s battle axe and the old 80s shield with the right head. That would have completely rocked. But they're closer. They're closer. We got the right head. We could pop this head off and stick it on our favorite He-Man figures, and that will be cool. So I'm happy about that. You can see Man-at-Arms back here in the back sporting that crazy weapon we were talking about that. Yes, and there's this clear blue shield too back there. All right, let's see what else we got. Now, I did not take these pictures. I got these on Facebook. And whoever took these, you did a really good job taking these. I probably should have looked to see who it was. If I figure it out, I will add it to I'll add it to the description of who took these pictures. All right, then we have Skeletor, Overlord of Evil. And what's different about him is he has the pointed toes. So there you go. Everything else looks pretty much the same. I don't really know what's different except for the pointed toes. Mer-Man has the pointed toes too. All right, let's continue on. Why the open mouth? Why? It does look better than our first open mouth one we had, so it doesn't look as bad as that one. But oh, Battle Armor He-Man. Yes, they did it right. So this has driven me crazy for a while. When you got our Battle Armor He-Man from Origins, they made the chest too small. Now, the back of the box, they show a big wide chest with a big old barrel spinning, but they finally did it. They gave us a nice wide barrel. Now, here's what's weird. Here's what kind of freaks me out a little bit. Is they gave us this wider chest, and you should know I made a custom already to show a wider chest by using an old 80s one and putting the pieces on from Origins. But even though they gave us a wider chest on him, let's jump back for a minute. Jump back, man. And look, they gave us the little weenie one for Man-at-Arms. Now, I know you wouldn't have the cool tube and everything else, but if you're going to make a Battle Armor Man-at-Arms, just change it all a little bit. You don't have to have it exactly the same, and give us the nice wide barrel that has that cool look to it. And you could just, you know, change, I don't know. It just bothers me that they figured out how to make a wide one and finally did it for He-Man, and the next figure they make, boop, back to the small one. Crazy, 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 crazy. All right. But there he is. There he is. So cool. Look at that. Click at that. I like the silvering too. Hopefully it looks that way when you get it. All right. Faker. Another Faker. Now this Faker looks kind of strange to me. I don't know what's going on with him, but I can tell it's supposed to be based off of that one Faker that we saw where he has the wrong color armor. I think it was Top Toys. I don't remember. From India, I think, or something. But look at the eyes. The eyes look almost like they're glowing. They're so orange. I almost wonder if this is... I don't know. It's just... I wish this sword wasn't there so I can see the other eye, so I can see what it looks like when it's shaded a little bit. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm definitely interested to see what's going on with this. He does look kind of cool. And I'm not normally a huge Faker fan, as you guys know, but I'm probably going to pick this one up just to see what's going on with those crazy eyes. All right. Next we have a Faker Teela. Faker Teela! How crazy is that? We've never had a female Faker figure ever. So that's kind of interesting. Now the red eyes is a bit much. I'm not sure what's going on there. It doesn't match the aesthetic of the other Faker that had the small little beady eyes and blue all around. This one, her whole entire eye is red, not just the pupil of it. But it still looks cool. And I will probably not be picking her up, but she does look cool. She definitely looks cool. All right, let's see what else we got. You can see Zodac here in the back, and he has the 3 toes. 3-toed Zodac. It's funny, no nose. No nose Zodac. Oh, Stratos. Graybeard Stratos. So, I gotta admit, this head looks a whole lot better. Excellent job, Mattel, fixing that head. I don't see a lot of other details that are different. The wings look like they're different too. But he looks pretty cool. I like they did the belt in front to look like it does in some of the comics. That's really cool. So I think they might have did it right this time. I'm not a huge fan of Stratos. He's not my top 11, but he is cool. So look at that. Beastman, Beastman. Now, when you're looking at Beastman, at first glance, it doesn't look a lot different. But if you look at his big old pointy cuffs, those look very much like the ones from Classics. They are massive and they are cool. I don't know how I feel about the armor here. It's interesting. I like before it was kind of hidden inside his fur, not being so pronounced, but that's okay. It's okay. And there he is. And his whip is different too. Now he has this big old ball. I wonder if this cord goes all the way through and this ball comes out on the other side. That would be cool if that works that way. So you got a mace on one end and a whip on the other. Hopefully it's a transforming weapon like that. We shall see. I'm guessing probably not, but we will see. You can see Man-at-Arms back here in the corner. It's got some kind of black around there too. Okay, let's continue on. Oh, here's a good picture of him. Excellent. There's the black around his arms there. Battle armor, mustache. Wait a minute. Look at this. These dots are blue on here. But let's jump back. Let's jump back to the first picture. Oh, too far. Doop. And look here. He's got red dots. So is he going to have red dots or is he going to have no dots? Or is it going to be a strange variant where some people will get the red dots and some people won't? That would be maddening. Maybe they did in the middle, decided not to paint it. See? No red dots. He's dotless. All right. Let's see. Oh, Manny Faces. Manny Faces. He's the right color. They made him the right color finally. Yes. See, I've wanted this Manny Faces for a long, long, long time. I've been trying to piece together one to make it kind of look like this, but it just hasn't quite worked. But this will replace my Manny Faces for sure. He is what I want in a Manny Faces. We're talking purple tubes. We're talking bare legs. Yes. So cool. And now you can do some mixing and matching too and make them look really cool. All right. Hopefully the 2 other faces are the right faces on here. If they're not, I'll be having to fix that, but nice. Excellent. And that's the last picture I got. Let's do a quick run through again. So we have Man He Faces. We got Man at Arms. We got Beast Man. We got Flying Man. Oh, wait. Stratos. And then we have a Faker Teela. A new Faker. Looks like the India version from Top Toys or something. And then we have Battle Armor He-Man with a wide Battle Armor chest. Then we have Skeletor with the 3 toes. And then we have He-Man with the right head finally. And then we have a Build-A-Figure that's going to make everyone angry and mad. And then we got one of the figures from the 2 masks set that should be. And then we have a 3-toed Mer-Man that has the corrected head that looks like from the back of the package with the little things hanging off his belt like he's supposed to. And that is it. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I know I went through this pretty quick. And like they say in the 1987 movie, like they say in the 2026 movie, good journey, kid. Anyway, I'll be checking out more stuff as we go along. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.